Fiji against Argentina up next, and Fiji, they shot to the top of the world rankings in Glasgow last weekend with that fantastic cup win. They lead Argentina 37-11 in the series, but never mind about that. It's all about today and whether Fiji can clinch the series for just the second time in the World Rugby Sevens history. And Fiji, Ben Ryan, well, he gives a start to Apisai Domolaila here, who scored 2 tries in that final in Glasgow a week ago. Their top point scorer is the captain, Osea Kolinisau. That's the challenge for Argentina, led here by Nicolas Brusone in the absence of Gaston Revol off the bench. Keep an eye out for 1 or 2 exciting players in Axel Muller and Santiago Alvarez. So the teams come onto the field of play. Big Pio Tuai, the little, well, not so little, the big magician with the offload there, Pio Tuai, number 5, and as ever commanding centre ground. And just offering a little word of prayer. There we are, confirmation that Fiji are now on top on 147 points. Ben Ryan, a nervous Ben Ryan this morning. I spoke to him before proceedings commenced, and he knows how important this weekend is. Already qualified, of course, for the Olympic Games. And I'm not going to complicate things too much, but if I say that Fiji, if they get to the 3rd position here in London, then they will probably clinch the series on points difference. But Ben Ryan, the former England coach, back at the home of English rugby here, wants to make a statement. He wants to win this one above all else. Alex Ruiz from France takes charge of this one, and I'm joined by Carl Tanana in the commentary box here. Carl, it's so easy to slip up, isn't it, on the opening morning? And look, immediately from the kickoff, away goes Franco Sabato. And if you are going to beat Fiji at any time in any tournament, then it's the first tournament on the opening day. No wonder Ben Ryan was nervous. Oh, most definitely. And this Pool A team is very tough. Physically, the Argentinians will go back to their roots, and that's playing physically. Look at that tap down there. It was great work, and then Franco Sabato put himself in perfect position. I think it was the number 2, Alvarez, tapping that ball down. You can't get much better than that. What a start for Argentina. Well, you can expect the unexpected from Argentina. Rebuilding into Santiago Gomez Cora, Fernando Luna sees the conversion attempt to drift to the right of the upright. But look at this. Oh, that is just perfect stuff from the kickoff. Getting it up nice and high, Santiago Alvarez. So a rude awakening early on here for Fiji. Pio Tuai gathers for the aspiring world champions. And again, possession is lost here. Nicolas Brusone. Brusone, a show and go deep into Fijian 22 here. And Argentina, wow, what a start now then. Let's see what Fiji can do, how they respond. Very competitive at the breakdown these days are the Fijians, but once more, it's going to be an Argentinian try. Surely this time for Secundo Tucolet. And 2 tries in as many minutes for the South Americans. Oh, they've got their tails up at the moment. Wouldn't have the loss. Pumas Tucolet call for the little kick through was perfect. You see them here, they rush to go for it, they read it beautifully, they time their run, it pops up nicely. Back-to-back tries. This Fijian team probably guilty of giving away too many 50-50 balls. So to the conversion this time from in front of the post, Fernando Luna. Well, Ben Ryan brought out the hairdryer at half-time when Fiji trailed New Zealand in that cup final in Glasgow last weekend. That is perfect there. Just a different option there from the Pumas. We all know they can play a bit of football. And Luna it is to restart this time. Kicks to the near side, Kolinisau, top point scorer on the circuit this year. And the Argentinians are there, they're strong, solid tacklers, and Fiji have not been out of their own 22 in the opening 3 minutes. Kolinisau, Let's see, Apisai Domolalai finds the big guy, Pio Tuai. Stepper, he's not going according to plan here, but fortunately the ball didn't go forward. Argentina looking to counter ruck here. Can't prevent the ball from coming out, though. It goes forward, does it, from Kolinisau. There's danger here once more for the Fijians, as Argentina look to rack up the points. 2 tries to the good already. And Fiji once more with their backs against the wall. Lovely timed pass there from Santiago Alvarez, the Argentine number 2. There he is. Big hits coming in from Tuai. There's a man over for Argentina on the left. Can't quite work the ball out to him. There's a huge gap over on the narrow side.
No hands!
To Kotinnimbao. This is better. Now then, Samisoni Viriviri, he's got pace. Viriviri over halfway. Can he go all the way? It's a lung-busting effort from the giant Samisoni Viriviri. World Rugby Sevens Player of the Year, named after the London tournament in 2014. Restores a little order to the Fijian attack.
They had to come from their own 22. You see there, just the offload. Too many numbers in the ruck for the Argentinians, and well, you're going to give this guy some space. There's never going to be stopped. It was a valiant chase here from Sabato, but in the end, this guy was always going to have the speed. And look at him. There go the lungs. It's starting to kick in, trying to get their second win, and he makes it just.
Yeah, this is the young man, the former Nandi policeman who joined Montpellier after the tournament in London last year, but now back in the Sevens ranks and looking ahead to Rio de Janeiro. Fiji, of course, have already qualified.
That was always my question when I saw on the team list before this one, when with Semi Kunatani's so effective not only in defence but also attack. That's where a lot of Fijian tries come from, because of his individual brilliance, and with him sitting on the bench, I wondered how they were going to start this game. And well, Argentina, they took that.
Kolinisau restarts, palm down there by Apisai Domolalai. 6 feet 4 inches tall, the Fijian number 1. Kolinisau to Samanatha Rawatha, vying with Semi Kunatani for top try scorer of the season. So let's see how Argentina can cope with the pressure. Jenny Tuai, where's 9? Look for the silky offloads from Pio Tuai. This is better from the Fijians. Lovely stuff, and they've woken up at last. Samanatha Rawatha. That's his 38th try of the season.
Oh, movement of the ball from the Fijians at their best. Pio Tuai, for such a big man, he has some nice touches. The number 5 for Fiji. Here it is here, ball in hand, a little skip step. Jerry Tuai wraps around, but he gets himself back in play. Shakes off to the fence. Watch this little nice cut pass as well.
So the kick, the conversion, ties it up at 12 points all as we approach the break.
Got to admire the way they approach the game. They might look like they're playing off the cuff, but it's all calculated passing, nice switches. They're renowned for that, and then just a little step and go on the outside, never in doubt.
Yeah, despite being down 12 points to 0, there was no panic, was there, in the Fijian ranks. And Ben Ryan this year, he's instilled some belief, some confidence as well. The skill, the innate skills were there in any event. But look at them, how they challenge at the breakdown now. The Fijians back in the hand, 12 points all. As we arrive at half-time. So it's even Stevens, and Fiji have clawed their way back into this match. It's tied up at 12 points all at half-time. So this could be an interesting talk from Ben Ryan at half-time. Let's listen in and hear what he has to say. Always a measured delivery from Ben Ryan.
A couple of deep breaths, eh? First, anything from you guys?
Really labor. We just let when they came, we let them score. then we just came back after.
Okay, look, just a couple of things. Just let's go forward a bit more. We're a bit side to side. Because they're getting in our passing, our offload, they're trying to get an Argentina players trying to get in between. We've got to fight hard to get to our threes quickly, okay? In threes quickly. Make sure we go forward a bit more. And the talanoa is Lailaya. We need it to be level all weekend. Kerry, in? Kick off. Here, let's have a look at trying to push on to ice swap over with Save. And you have Qito here. Let's go for it. Let's go into the middle, get our posts in and go.
Good stuff as ever from Ben Ryan. But he's given these players some responsibility, and they've responded to the responsibility which he has given them.
He spoke about getting to their threes quicker. What he's talking about is the ball player, take it in, have a quick cleaner over the ball in the halfback there, rather than staying wide where Argentina are able to get into those supporting lines and stop those 50-50 passes and bat them back. He spoke about kicking the ball right down the middle of the park too, so look for that from this kickoff.
Yes, some young South African supporters there. South Africa, of course, in the hunt for a series win, and hoping perhaps that Argentina can do them a favour in this second period. So Fiji, oh, what a shocker from Osea Kolinisau. My goodness me. What was that all about?
They come straight off the shin. That's what happened there. Not his best one. He's blowing up. Calm down, he says. Calm down.
Wow. What a shocker. So Argentina have first possession with ball in hand in this second period. Gutsy players from 1 to 12 in the red shirts. Fiji not back to 10 meters, so they'll come again through Santiago Alvarez, opening the door. Their lovely angle from Fernando Luna, and just like the first half, Argentina score first.
Well, they're just hanging around at the moment, the Pumas. And you're right, when it was a beautiful line hit by Fernando Luna. Here's where it all started from. Kolinisau trying to go down the middle, gets it terribly wrong twice. And this is the end result. Look at this from outside in, nice little body shift change, hits that outside in angle, defence not there, and wow, game on.
Kolinisau made the dream team in Glasgow last weekend. It wasn't a dream start for the second half for him, that's for sure. But Fernando Luna, well taken try.
And now the big boys come on. Semi Kunatani in jersey 2 for Fiji. He's the go-to man, so both on kickoffs. There he is there.
Yeah, keep an eye out for Semi Kunatani. Just saw Isake Katonimbao limp off there. And that's a blow for Fiji on the opening day here, as Luna adds a conversion to his own try.
Well, I like the attitude of this Argentinian team. Only a young side, but they've got nothing to lose, and the way they've started, they've just give themselves an opportunity.
So 19 to 12. Semi Kunatani on for Fiji, and Argentina have also replaced Fernando Luna. This is Seconda Tucolet, again looking for the angle. Has he got the pace? Solid tackle coming in from Samisoni and Viriviri, but they're not the well-oiled machine that we are familiar with, are they, the Fijians?
Well, to Argentina's credit, they're backing themselves, and that's what you have to do. They're making it a physical game. They're making the Fijians tackle them. At the moment, the Fijian guys aren't using their team defense, what they've been so renowned for.
Jerry Tuai, young man with number 9 on his back, his first season, and there's much talk as to who might be nominated the Rookie of the Year. That young man is certainly in the mix.
Well, I'm interested to see how does Argentina stop the comeback from Fiji, because you know one's coming, how they're going to deal with it.
Alex Ruiz making sure that Santiago Alvarez is within the 15 meters at the back of that line out should the ball be overthrown. Kamalailai. This is big Semi Kunatani, and this is what the Toulouse supporters can expect next season. Oh, my goodness me. Once more it's pure Tuai, and it's all Argentina through Gaston Rival, the captain. It's a solid hit. I felt that from up in the grandstand here. Rodrigo Echat, one of the newcomers, an exciting player for Argentina. From the San Isidro club in Buenos Aires, a famous club in Buenos Aires. Kunatani. Tuai, young Jerry Tuai spins it out left. Lovely offload out the back door. Colinisau, this is where he excels. Beats the first man, beats the referee as well. Just about. Pure Tuai, just a little show. Colinisau. There's a telepathic understanding between him and Samisoni Viriviri into the Argentinian 22. Well taken try, but all created initially by Osea Colinisau. Fiji looked to be at 6s and 7s for a while there, but once the ball got into Viriviri's hands, well, the inevitable. 97 tries now for the Fijian number 10.
Once again, it's just a passing clinic from the Fijians. Tired defence. The cover on the inside was too late coming across, and Viriviri just exploits it. But Colinisau doing some great work. Ran from left to right, right to left, and then back to the right-hand side just to create the numbers, and that's the end result.
So this to tie it up at 19 points all.
Number 10, please, off.
With 2 minutes 30 remaining.
Time on, please.
Where's the try scorer? Just got the best seat in the house. Just been replaced.
Yeah. It's difficult, isn't it? Two tournaments in succession, and to back it up for the second week running. Neat offload to Rodrigo Echat up to the Fijian 10-meter line. The close support work. Plenty of men out on the left here for Argentina as they come away through the captain, Gaston Rival. Looks for the neat little chip meant for Axel Muller.
Yes. Number 8, please.
Another mistake by
Number 8.
Fiji.
Number 8.
Oh, it was an interesting call though to put that kick through from Rival. I think he got away with one here. It wasn't the best kick. He probably wanted it to go a little bit deeper, but Fiji knocking the ball on.
Refereeing is my job. It's my job. Okay. Yeah, you talk with me every time. It's my job. Happy with that? Okay, thank you.
Alex Ruiz not happy with the attitude of the Argentinian captain, Gaston Rival. That's my job, he says. I can just imagine what Gaston Rival told him or suggested he might like to do.
We're in prime position here to ice this game off here, win if they can get a clean hook from the scrum. Argentina.
Marcos Bolini wears 7 for Argentina, a newcomer, just his second tournament, made his debut in Glasgow last weekend, and this could well be a famous victory for Argentina. The pass not going to hand that time to Ramiro Moyano. It's all hands to the pump here now as Argentina track back through German Schultz. Good work by the replacement. That's Bolini. 19 points all, just over a minute remaining. Who'll break the deadlock?
Push the ball, play on.
Palm down there by an Argentinian hand, and this could be the decider here. Aminoni Nasilasila. Brilliant tackle there. A try-saving tackle by Gaston Rival, was it?
Great defence from both sides here, but Jerry Tuai on the outside. Look at that. That is technique personified.
Yeah, that was Ramiro Moyano. Limping back to a position on the near side, on the wing here. Oh, taken out the back by Semi Kunatani. Ball far too long in the air. That floated past Colinisau. Colinisau, can he get the pass away? Yes, he can to Rawatha. Rawatha for the corner. Fiji for the win. And there are players out on their feet.
Well, it's so tough, as you said. Second tournament in as many weeks, and the Fijians have had to work hard, but in the end, they'll get the W. Argentina at the last, just blowing their own line out. Semi Kunatani gets it to the right-hand side. Colinisau does some great work here on the edge. Just watch the offload off the deck. Look at that, so tough to defend because the defence has come up, and then this guy coming at pace to the Watha, getting his double, gets the win for Fiji, but only just.
Well, Fiji have won this one right at the death, but they've had to work hard for it. They've trailed in this match on two occasions, 12-0 at one stage, trailed at the top of the second half. But this is Wananavu. He's been practicing his kicking this week, because that could make all the difference as Fiji look to clinch the title here in London. Not a bad effort, but right at the death, Fiji have won what was certainly potentially a banana skin, as it almost proved to be the case. And yeah, there'll be tough games for those supporters to endure. But for now, Fiji have done what was asked. They've defeated Argentina by 24 points to 19.
Sevens, the games come thick and fast. Fiji versus Samoa. Pacific Islands clash. Of course, Fiji leading the series, and Asina Kalinasa will lead his Fijian out. For Samoa, Lola Lui. Well, this is a repeat of the Gold Coast final. Fiji were 10-0 down to Argentina in their opening tie this morning before a late try by Samasoni Viri got them back in. 3 changes in Ben Ryan's squad. Semi Kunatani starts up front, Savanetha, Rawatha and Vetamo Ravovo at pace to the backs. For Samoa, well, coach Dicky Tafua brings in Lola Lui for his start. He's the playmaker and needs to get the best out of Maloi, who is a clever stepper, and Samoa Taloa, Samoa's pace man, on the wing. Here's Tila Mialoi, good playmaker there. He'll be sitting alongside the most experienced player in Samoans ranks. That's Lola Lui. Well, I'm Scott Hastings alongside me, Carl Tanana, the former New Zealand star sevens man, and well, real excitement here. Can Samoa rise to the action to take on Fiji, these series leaders?
Oh, Scott, this Samoan team, they'll have to play near perfect rugby sevens to have any chance, but they do have the players, as you've highlighted, to threaten this Fijian juggernaut.
Well, good class here. Switch play by Asina Kalinasa. Look at the way he changed his angle. Got the linkage play with Vetamo Ravovo, but he put a foot into touch, so an error there from the Fijians.
Oh, most definitely. Great defence, and they play quickly on the line-out set, but the Samoan team, great defence first up, just forcing Fiji over the sideline. But a show of respect from this Fijian squad, putting their #1 line-out for the second game. They know how important this is.
Yeah, I was speaking to Ben Ryan earlier on this morning. He was saying how much the win up in Scotland took it out of his Fijian team. Didn't really start to train till Wednesday this week, and a little bit of nervousness in the camp this morning, and I think that was shown certainly by their performance against Argentina. So Fiji, well, they've got some pace and skill throughout this team. Ball coming back through Jerry Tuwai to Pio Tuwai. Then Semi Kunatani on the angle. Saki Katonabao. Katonabao just cut the angle. That lovely lazy gate. Oh, he shrugs off the attempted tackle by Anatasi Tubao. And Katonabao goes in for the try, but gives it to Semi Kunatani instead. His 47th try of the Sevens World Series.
Well, it'll be the easiest out of the 47 that he scored all year long, Semi Kunatani, but what a run from Isake Katonabao. He just asked the Samoan defence to stop him, and they couldn't. He just ran that nice angle, and he's got an upright running style too. Lifts the knees, does Katonabao. Look at him here. Just such power. The Samoans, well, you got to use your shoulders. You can't use your arms.
Brilliant play. Well, would you believe, between these two, that's 75 tries they've scored. Semi Kunatani this season just edges it. So great enterprise and certainly a spirit there. Pio Tuwai, but the ball was knocked on there as he palmed the ball back.
Well, the Samoans here can't be intimidated by this Fijian team at the moment. They're just caught in their heels. a little bit, this Fijian team. Don't want to snuff out this Samoan threat early, get a couple of tries up and try and squeeze them out. But they've just got to keep backing themselves, the Samoan team, as they did against New Zealand last week in Glasgow.
Well, a great shot looking down on the action here. 76,000, Carl, expected later on this afternoon to pack this stadium to the rafters. Now Samoa Taloa, he's the flying machine. Usea Kalina Sal, he cut a good angle, his defensive play. And look how sharp he is to get the ball in to Sami Kunatani, and Kunatani just sets off, has the support of Jerry Tuwai. There's just options open to this Fijian team, but on that occasion the option was a mistake.
Yeah, just the 50-50 ball out the back there from Rawatha. But just the speed at which they're playing this game, the Fijian team, they back their fitness on the Samoan side, who want to play it slow, take to the set piece, make it a grind. See, just the smiles really shows what the level of this Fijian team are playing at the moment.
Well, there's Sami Kunatani wearing that number 2 jersey on the right of that scrum, locking down against Vakailevu. Louis through the pass. Samoa opting to kick for some territory, but you kick, the ball goes out, you lose possession, and it'll be Fiji with the crucial throw-in. Oh, great run by Kalina Sal. Route 1 here for Zavanatha, Rawatha, then the support from Ravovu. Oh, there's just numbers are begging out here. Sami Kunatani has a stretch, his second try, his 39th of the season.
Well, they're not called the Flying Fijians for no reason. This looks like a better team after a scare in their first game against Argentina. Look a lot more settled, a lot more positive, and they're playing this game at a pace that Samoa can't stick with at the moment. That line out, Kalina Sal realises the situation, come from outside and took the quick throw. And from there, they always had numbers to the right-hand side.
Well, you just can't play rugby sevens without the ball. And when you're breaking tackles like this and get support runners like this, well, look at the space they then manipulate to create the space on the wide outside.
Yeah, but this whole opportunity came down to what you said. Samoa kicking the ball away to Fiji, so you just can't give up possession.
Quick dink restart. Seli goes up to take the ball. He sets off field to VAR. Up and over the 10-yard line. Has good support there from Greg Leolofi. That's the 22-metre line. Now Samoa starting to play with confidence here. Can they string the passes together? Samoa Taloa, Louis on the cut angle. Gets the ball into Tila Mialoi.
Advantage, high tackle.
Taloa recycles. Tupou. This is better play. Can Seli go into the corner? Defensive effort comes in there from Isaki Kotunabao. Great strength there. Did he get the ball down? Greg Leolofi, I think, just tipped in. Well, it just goes to show there's another side to the Fijians game, and that's that tremendous defensive effort to deny Samoa the try.
Yeah, team defence too coming across in numbers. Ravovu was the one doing some great work, but Samoa also showing how good they are with ball in hand. Spreading the field side to side to side. Fiji good enough though defensively.
Well, Sami Kunatani, he let high there.
Turnover is good.
Turnover ball though. Samoa, Louis, well, the wraparound didn't quite work there. Tila Mialoi wrapped up in the tackle by Ravovu. Taloa, he surveys the options and tries to duck in, gets the inside pass, good hands. Tupou. Back into Seli. But Anthony Moyes, loud blast and just a tap and go, Ravovu. And then Kunatani, he just recycles himself so well as Lola Louis comes in, and then Pio Tuwai. What balance he's got. I love the way he just steps. Look at this little pop pass, but Louis got involved. Well, there's Taloa, goes for the kick. Jerry Tuwai might have this covered, but that's the pace of Samoa Taloa.
Well, he's a bit winded after scoring that try. Samoa Taloa but they needed something, and it came from the individual brilliance of the number 11 for the Manu Samoa. Saw that Fiji were up in one line, no sweeper employed, and he gets the try.
Well, his 29th try, Carl, within the series this season. And as you said, a bit winded, but that's brought Samoa back in touch. The conversion is good, so a single score separates these two teams. Fiji 14, Samoa 7.
Now, just a reminder, if you haven't already got tickets for tomorrow, head down to the ticket office on the Southeast corner at some point today. It's open until 6 o'clock.
So real effort there for Samoa to get themselves back in, and this is the type of performance that coach Diki Tafua, he wants to embed within his team, because undoubtedly Samoa are going to have to go and qualify in the Olympics in the Oceania qualification tournament. That'll be in Auckland later on this year. Let's just listen in for all the Samoan fans listening from throughout the world. So half-time here in this Pool A game between Fiji and Samoa. That's Diki Tafua. And then on the other side, Ben Ryan. Let's listen in to Ben. I know he's learning Fijian, but let's listen in to him in English.
We need to get 2 scores plus again. Otherwise, they're back in it. So let's draw our same shape, either side. Semi, is that how you want it? Make sure we win that ball. Watch their knockdowns, their sides. Catch and score. We'll change. Not it, you're wrong. Not it.
It's interesting to see too there, Coach Ben Ryan asking his team what they want, not what he wants, who's going to start with their players. So quite interesting. It gives a lot more to the players and the say of what's going on with not only selections, but the game plan that they're employing.
Well, there's the imposing figure of Isaki Kotonabao. They call him Iceman. He's a lieutenant in the Fijian army. Had a trial with European champions Toulon in 2010, but he certainly waltzes through defences when he gets going.
Ready? Come on, please.
Hosea Kalina Sao instructs Vatemo Rovovo with the kickoff. Look at the height that Fiji have got on that, and is brilliantly plucked from the air. Tuai then recycles that possession, and Semi Kunatani just stretching the play out to Savanatha Rawatha. Kunatani back in, runs into the tackle of Lololui.
11 side.
A side entry against Rawatha. Well, created space out there. Falaminga, Seli. This is his 24th tournament. Made his debut here in London 2011. Nieloi has a little cut. Now this is better from Samoa. Teasing the Fijian defence, but the knock-on of Safalau. And was that an opportunity for Samoa to square the scorelines?
Oh, most definitely it was. Went on the outside instead of looking on the in. There's the poor player trailing in the middle of the park, but he decides to go himself. He looked to the left, should have went right instead, and there's a try all day long.
Yeah, Kunatani just got his big mitts on the ball, dislodged it. So key, isn't it? Look after the ball in contact.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Ser Kalina Sao puts the ball in. Ravovo. My apologies, this is Kalina Sao. Gets the support of Jerry Tuai and Kunatani. Well, will he have a little go down the middle? He's teasing, he's swerving. Kunatani, how good is this? His 49th try in Sevens World Series history. The half-century awaits him.
Well, it's just dominating on attack. Semi Kunatani, you run out of metaphors for this kid, to be honest. continues to amaze. He continues to take it to another level. He was outstanding last week in Glasgow, and he's just carried on that form this weekend in London. Semi Kunatani put a highlighter down. He's going to be a star in world rugby, no doubt about that. 3 tries already in this game.
Well, we heard earlier on in the game against Argentina that he's actually signed for Toulouse on a contract, but such is the skill of Ben Ryan, he still managed to secure that he will be playing in a Fijian jersey in at least 4 tournaments next season. Well, if he scores tries like that, who knows what might happen in Rio. Well, Revovo got plenty of height on that ball, but the ball was knocked on. Sayosi Asafalau wearing that number 10 jersey. There he is in off the bench.
Over here.
Missed Wellington and Vegas, but returned to Hong Kong and Tokyo. And a player of certainly plenty of promise. 24-year-old.
Number 7. Who is 7?
And then Samasoni Viri, well, player of the year last year. Not a bad guy to bring off your bench.
I was just about to say, he didn't even start the game, and Colin Sal, the captain's gone off as well. He's been replaced, so
Kitione Talega, who made his debut in Glasgow last week, he's certainly shone. Plays for the Wardens Club. So a first touch there for Talega. Now look at the way they've switched the ball. Katonebao, and just plenty again. Well, it's Route 1, isn't it, for Rawatha? Well, Katonebao, he'll just do a quick tap and go. Silasila with is also off the bench. Revovo. Look at the way they concede that space and recycle the possession. Katonebao, a signal for it. Wide ball then out to Rawatha. Rawatha, that distinctive style. Rawatha, will he go back outside again? Eventually the tackle comes in there for Tomasi Alosio. Oh, I felt that one up here in the commentary box. Might have been high. Might be another one. Another look at that one. Samoa on that far side.
No clear release.
Lulului, tap and go. That's the beauty of sevens. It just keeps on going, wave after wave. Counter-attack after counter-attack. Jasaena, he's into the fold as well. Samoa stringing some passes together now, up to that 10-yard line. Fiji quite happy on that defensive alignment there. Resetting themselves as the attack comes on. Seli back across the angle. Well tackled though by Katonebao. Samoa up and over the halfway line. How do Samoa break down this Fijian defence? Well, they break it down with this man here. Tackles made though by Revovo.
Back.
Samoa with a chance to score here, but that was illegal. Well, I think that's a yellow card, Carlton Anna.
yes, indeed, there's a double blow with the whistle, and the Fijian member's going to go off. Still a minute and a half left in this game, so they can make a comeback here. Samoa, if they're able to get a converted try here.
So power play for Samoa, the quick tap and go then. Asafalau gets the try, does he?
Well, you bet, yeah, he's over. Is the replacement player, Asafalau. And they make Fiji pay immediately for their ill discipline with their yellow card.
Siosi Asafalau. Now a conversion to come from Lulului. He can knock them over from this side, you know. Here's the conversion. Is it good? It's not across the front of the post. But remember, Samoa have got 7 men to the 6 of Fiji.
Here's the try here. Oh, they are knocked down, sorry, on Tuitangaloa, Fiji. Just can't do that now. Samoa only one converted try away from evening it up.
Lulului, we can see the pods that Fiji put in place. Seli goes up, brilliantly taken by Semi Kunatani. He really has been outstanding. And here, lovely feet. And Fiji will cruise to victory now. Amanonis Nasilasila.
Sila's going to get the score, but there's a lot to admire. Fiji under pressure, and from the kickoff, Semi Kunatani had his back turned to the oncoming chasers and just took that kickoff easily. Brought it down, turned around and then gave it to this guy.
Well, they've had to work hard in this game. The final whistle is with Anthony Moyes, and Fiji, well, Samoa were one score down with the power play, with the extra man, but it was Fiji who won the kickoff, and it's Fiji who win the tie. The final score then, Fiji 26 to Samoa's 12.
Will top Pool A, but so much more than that at stake. It's Fiji against Canada. Choreography performed wittingly or otherwise by the Blitzbokker means that a victory here for Fiji will mean that the top two teams competing for the overall title will meet tomorrow morning at 28 minutes past 10 in a match that will go a long way to deciding who will be the overall 2015 series champions. There are the teams. The mathematics simple. Fiji win here. They take on South Africa in the quarterfinals tomorrow. There you can see the Canadian starters, the North American side performing with great credit here in London on this opening day. United States, well, they have guaranteed that they will finish top of their pool. Canada here, well, they topped the pool in Glasgow. They can do the same if they get a result against Fiji. There's the referee. It's the Frenchman, Alexander Ruiz. Well, Carl, it promises to be quite a contest.
Oh, most definitely, Martin. And Fiji, well, they come to this game with two of their top players missing, and Tuai and Klenisau, and probably three with Drew Tuai out injured their playmakers. So opportunity here for Canada.
But it's Fiji immediately onto the front foot. Lasela, and he gets the first try. Well, I do wonder just how much the consequences of these matches mean in terms of the overall title. It is a question that's got to be asked, isn't it?
Oh, most definitely. But now Sarasara, he's been good. In his second game, he come on as a replacement for injured Jerry Tuai. Acquitted himself well. And from the kickoff, they batter it back and he gets straight back into play. Watch him here. Just look at the way he's able to stop and go. And for a little man, very powerful as well. It's like a production line of playmakers in this country.
No, they certainly have. And you could say that by losing that last pool match there, South Africa have thrown down the gauntlet here to Fiji, but it would be entirely in the Fijian character were they to pick that up and accept that tomorrow's quarter-final in the Cup could be the overall series decider. On there to Matt Evans, feeding it out to Harry Jones. Canada inside the Fiji half. Bodies being cleared out. There's passing the ball on was Nathan Hirayama. Hirayama has enjoyed his return back to the sevens format.
Well, Connor Braid there has to have better communication with Sean Duke. He comes in for the cup, but he needs to tell him. He didn't, and on that occasion, Sean Duke thinks he's keeping that outside channel, and that's just a missed opportunity. They've got to take every one of the Canadians if they're going to have any shot of tipping the Fijians up in this one.
Well, there's the try scorer, Lasela. Playing in just his 6th World Series event. You talk about that conveyor belt of talent in Fiji. Well, in comparison with some teams here, the Fijian outfit does have some relatively inexperienced players, but they're doing so well, a chance of securing what would be just their 2nd overall series title.
Mistake here from the Fijians, so now the Canadians get a prime opportunity just side their half to get their backs loose.
So So there's Nathan Hirayama at scrum half. 3 tries today already. The ball's lost forward. Referee playing an advantage. Sarasara fell on net, but no advantage comes, so we'll come back to the scrum.
They did well, did the number 8 for Fiji, just to disrupt Hirayama. The Hirayama, a mountain of experience. It's good to see him back playing. A long injury break, and he's finally, looks like he's coming good. Marcellus had a time to beautifully knock the ball down, and they get the knock on.
There you can see in the tie-head position, Samai Kanatini. Toulouse confirmed this week that he signed a 2-year deal with the club. Toulouse on the way back, although they were heavily beaten at Grenoble earlier this afternoon in the top 14. There goes Samasoni, Veni! And he's a man with wheels. Another man who's spent a few months playing in the top 14 this season for Montpellier. And Fiji, well, they took a while to wake up today. That opening win against Argentina was a long way from convincing, but looking rather impressive as the sun rises on this Saturday.
Vidi, just showing why he was the player of the series only recently. And in New Zealand, this is what we call a no-touch. Watch him here, just goes in and around. Poor old Matt Evans, I think it was, caught out in the centre, didn't even get a finger on him. Sometimes it's just not fair, Martin.
Yes, Matt Evans being made to look rather leaden-footed, the Cornish pirate. There's a little short restart. Here's Sean Duke. Out wide. Duke there in first man on the scene, Hirayama. Well, the tackle's been made there in midfield by the Fijians. That was Kunatani. There's Hirayama on there to Duke. Little offload out of the back of the hand. Well, Canada in possession, but territorially not really making much of an impact.
Number 9.
The penalty against Nathan Hirayama. Little stab through there from the Sarasara, and he picks up his second try in just the opening 5 minutes here.
Oh, just the vision of the little man. Seeing that the Canadians had no one in behind their front line, stepping up. So he just puts the little grubber chip through, bounces up beautifully for him. He palms the try off. He looks like a guy who plays with confidence and has a whole heap of it too. Looks like Sunga is the one that scores a try. There he is there.
I beg your pardon, there he is, Rai Sunga, playing in his 4th series event.
Just a little quick tap, no way that the Canadian team can reset their defence quickly after the indiscretion from Nathan Hirayama. Sunga gets the little pass for his first try.
Well, I said I should have scored, shouldn't I? Well, eventually the ball goes to a Canadian hand. The referee playing advantage here. We're going to come back to the scrum.
No advantage.
The Canadians really do need to get something out of this first half. They need to try and create an opportunity from this scrum. They've had no ball, done a lot of tackling, and been in their own half for this whole 7 minutes.
Well, there's a good crowd now on this opening day. It was a little bit empty, a lot of green seats we could see first thing this morning, but there's a very good reason to get here early tomorrow. Match 29, 28 minutes past 10. Things continue as they are. It's going to be Fiji against South Africa in the quarter-final. That's a high tackle. Alexander Ruiz emphatically awards it. Off goes Harry Jones outwards running. Back here to Jones. Canada got to make something happen. Out there to Connor Braid. Braid stepping inside, bouncing through the tackles. He's held up though, spun to ground by Sarasara. Here's Adam Zaruba inside the 22, makes good meters for Canada. 21 points down, they've got themselves a penalty. This is the final play of the half. They've got to make something happen. Nathan Hirayama is being told, get back here to the mark.
And that's been it from the Canadian team, going up the middle of the park, being physical. Zaruba's feeling the effects of that last tackle. But they're getting go forward when they do use their big men. Now the Canadians and the Fijians have to be disciplined. They can't give away any more penalties. They can't afford to be one man down.
There's 9 of these 12 Canadian players as Adam Zaruba shrugs off the injury. 9 of the 12 Canadian players involved today have played Test rugby. I guess that happens when you don't have the greatest depth in terms of the pool of players you have available to you. Liam Middleton is the coach of this Canadian Sevens side, the former Zimbabwean. There is Zaruba. Good ball carrier, offloads there to Connor Braid. Taken down by Sarasara. And they get the try. It's Adam Zaruba crashing his way over. And he sparks some life back in the contest, which really needed it.
Well, he's hurting, but he's got exactly what his team needed. Strapped up is Zaruba. But he's done what's required of him, and he's got his team back into this match. Well after the half-time hooter is gone.
Well, Adam Zaruba battling to shrug off that knock he took earlier. He will have a half-time period, but I think he's going to be limping off now. And it will be Harry Jones who attempts to convert it. And that's an excellent conversion from Harry Jones. So the deficit has been cut to 14. There's the half-time whistle. Adam Zaruba, sometimes when you take a knock, the last thing you need really is a break. So it's 21 points to 7 at half-time. Fiji leads.
In which we play this great game. Please respect the stadium, respect your fellow supporters.
Yes, you take a knock in any level of rugby, one of the last things you need is a half-time break. It tends to stiffen up a bit, doesn't it?
Oh, most definitely, but in that huddle nice and tight. Other Canadians, but Ben Ryan, well, he want his team to...
If they split, we know where we're all standing? Yes? Yes? Okay, the only other thing for me is, you know that they're going to try and narrow blind sides like I talked about. It's just choice of Buta, Barassi or Polo, and we're going too many times through, eh? And sometimes it's just Buta, tackle only, get in their face. Set? First man can get up and be a problem, but otherwise, if we're going to go in for a second man, it's because we're going to win the ball. You got that? One more score, game over. Deal? Yes.
Ben Ryan speaking about smart decisions at the breakdown area. You have one guy and you compete for the ball. If the second guy goes in, you have to win it and create a turnover. So it's all about decision making at that all-important contact area.
So one more try, game over. That was the bottom line from Ben Ryan. But it really is one of the great sporting days on the calendar. And there's one of the outstanding Sevens coaches.
Well, he's one here on the stadium. There's Ben Ryan in different colours. He knows what it takes. What a great sporting arena this Twickenham is, Martin.
It's a very good year in the life of Twickenham. Hosting... well, that was right on the button. On the 10-metre line. It was taken by Zaruba. There goes Sean Dew. Feeding out to Connor Braid. There goes Harry Jones. Zaruba again. Good link play. There's Connor Braid, but linking only there, I'm afraid, with Katonabao. So here go Fiji out of their own 22. It's now Sarasara again, being pursued there by Matt Evans. The supporting runners are there though, and Fiji in danger of running. The Canadians ragged here. And Raisunga, in the end, finds a little spot of grass in the bottom left-hand corner to touch it down, and they really gave the Canadians the runaround.
Well, they come from some nice defence from Katonabao, intercepting a pass, they get it out. Here he is here, getting back in play. Passes to Kunatani, who releases the pass also, realising where the space is and the way they're able to just manipulate the defence, read what the other player is doing, and get in the right position to receive the pass. And Raunge Rasunge, sorry, will get his second try just as easy.
So here is Amanoni Sarasara. Just pushing that one wide. Well, Ben Ryan said, get the next score, and that'll win it. 26 points to 7. It's a 19-point lead. 5 minutes left on the clock.
For the Fijians now, it's all about conserving the energy. Probably a little eye on tomorrow's first quarter-final, that big one you spoke about.
And I guess for a side like Fiji, it must be rare to know that so much rides on one match so early on in the day. Of course, we know when the cup quarter-finals are staged, but this is more than just a cup quarter-final. Goes a long way to deciding who wins the overall series.
There's not many times that a New Zealander will cheer for South Africa, but I'm pretty sure that's what they'll be doing tomorrow in their first quarter.
Yes, that happens about once every 100 years, I think. There's the offload. The run was superbly timed. And Sarasara, well, he was looking at the corner. He got rather hit hard the second time around. And he's picked a bit of a clump around his right ear roll, but he's got the try.
Well, a lot on the shoulders of this young man. Amanoni Sarasara after Jerry 2-wide. The other playmaker was out injured, but he's been very good in this game, getting the start as the number 8. Gets his double for this match. Could have had a third, but he gave it away. But I've been very impressed, Martin, with the offloading and the passes of these Fijians. On that occasion, just a little gut pass onto Sarasara on the fly. Keeps his head, releases the ball, picks it up, takes that hit, and puts it over.
So here is talega. Well, I guess he won't remember that one for his weekend. Never mind, they're well away, aren't they?
Nice angle here from Sarasara. Changes the ball, gets it in the right hand. Takes that contact from Matt Evans and puts it over nicely.
I guess if we are going to be absolutely pedantic, it would have been very easy for the referee to award a penalty try there. That first tackle coming in from Sean Duke was head high, wasn't it? There's Hirayama finding the support from Trivanovic. One of the new names being called into this Canadian side. They lost Kieran Hearn yesterday, and 2 players forced to drop out. Good hands again from Fiji. They got men over. Kenatani was just gliding through, but the final pass letting them down. 31 points to 7 though, just over 2 minutes remaining.
Forward pass.
In the greater scheme of things, not entirely significant. Well, they're just cruising at the moment, Fiji. Well ahead in this one. They've done just enough to get it done, and are still 31 points up to the good. Here's the pass from Kunatani. Probably the only thing he's done wrong all day long. Took it a bit easy.
Full marks to Alex Ruiz for being pretty much in line. Hirayama scoops it back there to Pat Kay. Taken forward up to the 22 by Matt Evans. Pass there. To shade forward to me. There's Connor Braid. Takes it into the contact.
Step back.
Back from Matt Evans. Through the gap goes Pat Kay. There's the offload to Hirayama. That was tidy. Dumped down on halfway. Canada heading for a quarter-final meeting with the United States. Those two sides now set to go head-to-head also in a regional qualifier later on in the year. There's Trivanovic, taken down by his opposite number, Very. Well, Alexander Ruiz is going to his pocket. Out comes the yellow card.
It's a yellow card.
High tackle, and it's shown in the direction of Samasoni Bidi.
Well, they'll finish the game with 6 men with Fiji, but I've been very impressed with their defence over the course of the season. Now, can Canada get full toll?
Here's Matt Evans inside to Hirayama. That's Pat Kay. Pat Kay getting through one tackle, almost through the second.
Advantage.
There goes Evans. Gets the ball away to Hirayama, and Hirayama gets his 4th try of the weekend.
They'll get their second try of this match, do the Canadians. To the ultra experienced Nathan Hirayama. The weight to numbers in the end. They're not going to win this game, but they're going to finish it with a bit of confidence. Probably have the last say in this one.
Yes, Hirayama made his 7th international debut more than 8 years ago.
A lot of numbers in and around the ball. Just the last offload here. Then cops on 2, so it's a ball by the back.
So we will have time for the restart, but we're looking at quarterfinals. Fiji, South Africa, Canada, USA. 2 real crackers there. Wananavu wants to pick it up.
No, first
the ball's gone forward, and Alexander Ruiz puts the whistle to his lips. That is the final whistle. Fiji have accepted the gauntlet thrown down by South Africa. The 2 teams in contention for the overall title will.
So here's confirmation then of the Cup quarterfinals coming up. Fiji against South Africa, a crucial fixture which could well determine the outcome of the series. Scotland against Australia, again it's United States against Canada, and the final Cup quarterfinal between New Zealand and England, and that promises to be quite a clash, with New Zealand, the reigning champions, still in the hunt, of course, to hold on to their championship and title.
Match 29, a contest of great import. It's Fiji against South Africa. There you can see the head-to-heads. You can put them to one side. The next 14 minutes is decisive. Well, we're all set for the gunfight at the Twickenham Corral, the Wild West of London. The appointed hour, 10:28 local time. The prize, the overall series title. Well, there you can see, or saw the squad that Ben Ryan has selected. Here are the South African starters, including the speedster Siabelo Senatla, Kyle Brown, the captain, Frankie Horn, Mr. Experience. So the sums are straightforward for Fiji.
Just remind me.
Fiji win here, they take the overall title. If South Africa put a spoke in that particular wheel, then South Africa would have the opportunity to go on and take the title, but they would have to beat either Scotland or Australia in the semi-final. Richard Kelly from New Zealand takes charge. The first catch, a good one there from Nasila Silla. Ravuvu. South Africa in with a hit. There goes Branco de Preer, Commonwealth gold medalist, fed back by the captain. That was Chris Dry. Here goes Dippenaar. Every tackle matters. Werner Kok, the top tackler in the competition, playing for South Africa here. There goes de Preer. Well, you can already sense, even though there's a fair few green seats remaining empty here at Twickenham, that this match has that bit of something extra to it. The ball spilled forward by South Africa. Well, there's another advantage to Fiji. We'll come back for the scrum.
Well, both teams, you can feel, Martin, have just got that edge to them. They know 1 versus 2 on the table. Everything matters. Well, this is the only game that matters. Just watching the two teams warming up. Fiji using a lot of skill-based exercises, whereas South Africa are very physical in their approach, and that's the way you got to beat Fiji. You got to make them tackle. You got to upset them physically to have any chance.
Well, the Fijians claimed their 4th title of the series last week in Glasgow. They are the form team. For the first time this season up in Scotland, the Blitzbokke failed to make it through to the semi-finals. But of course, the slate is white clean for this contest here.
Well, I think the South African team matched the Fijians in the backs. It's just whether their forwards can give them a platform to launch from.
Sarasara there being harried by du Preez. Swept wide that time by Kemudou. There's the big fella, Pio It's turned over by South Africa. Here's du Preez again. He had Frankie Horn on his inside. Vinaka in there at the contest. It's won by Fiji, but illegally so, coming in from the side.
Oh, Frankie Horn is a beast already. Him and Pio have had a couple of big contacts in this game. Big man on big man. Here it is, how Pio comes. Look at Frankie Horn cut him up. Oh, that's just one of the matchups in this game. They're right across the park, but that's the one I'm looking forward to.
Well, du Preez with his left foot, kicks to the corner. Well, I'm not sure the assistant referee has been that generous there, marking that about 10 metres out from the Fiji try line.
Open up.
Well, so much can happen in 14 minutes. But believe me, at this level, with this prize at stake, every error is magnified. Gathered there by Christerai. Frankie Horn under pressure. Good pick up there from du Preez. Look at the contest at the breakdown. Now there's a chance. Dippenaar comes back to du Preez. South Africa playing with patience. Du Preez just bouncing off the tacklers. Well, it's been lost forward by South Africa. Now a chance to break clear. Once again, though, it's picked up by South Africa. The advantage is over.
Release.
There goes Sinatla. Du Preez. Good step. Who is going to land the first blow? All the play in the bottom third of the field. Fiji under pressure. The defence, though, holding up well so far. There it is again for South Africa. Here goes Vinaka. He changes direction. Look at that. Massive hit, but then a loose pass.
We can see what South Africa are trying to do, keep it close, but here go Fiji, they want to play fast.
Oh, magnificent stepping. That was from the sarasara, and Fiji, the first time they've been in the South Africa half, they make it count. Rawatha gets the opening score.
And it came from a South African mistake, this try, but they're just so quick to pounce on it. This kid has been brilliant. Just been introduced yesterday, Sarasara. He is such a confident player for a young man. The nice little offload, and they always have support players running. And Rawatha, look at the power of the arms in the man. You're never going to stop him with greenery in front of him. What an opening stanza for Fiji.
Rawatha, who was the top try scorer in Hong Kong. He got 2 in the final there. And this is a match, albeit early on the Sunday morning, which carries final status and more.
Let's go, please.
Ravuvu. He's on the clock and he's pushed it wide.
What I love about Rawatha, he plays with a chip on his shoulder. He has a bit of attitude. He's pointing at Sinatla right now. You can see even just by the way he runs. He runs strong. These are a joy to watch her in full flight.
Well, he may play with a chip on his shoulder, but it's not too much of a burden to him, is it? As you say. Oh, Vinaka. That was all about flat-out commitment. And it's good to see Vinaka is back on his feet.
Well, these two players, are vying for the best players on the circuit in 2015. They have been superstars. Vinaka, top defender, and Kunatani, one of the best attackers. That's a contest, both going for the ball, but the commitment shown by both guys. Oh, they only had eyes for that pill. You wouldn't expect anything less from those two guys.
Well, there's Vinaka, played his junior rugby for the Pumas and then moved down to Cape Town to play for Western Province. Well, here's a chance for South Africa. Sinatla's got the ball in hand, a little chip ahead. There's nobody after it though. Back goes Ravuvu. And here is Nasilasila. That's outstanding from Nasilasila. They're cutting the South African defence to ribbons. Kalinisile gets the score. And he goes round behind the posts. This is a thoroughly professional performance from the Fijians.
And a try from counter-attack. Nasilasila again, the catalyst on the return. Fiji have just unveiled another star on the circuit. Areas here, nothing doing, but he realises the mismatch in Frankie Horn. You don't want Frankie in the middle of the park against a fleet-footed guy like this, so smooth across the ground. And then the captain, who's led all year long from the front, again putting the hard yards in, and gets the second score for Fiji.
Sarasara makes it worth 7. And Fiji will feel that they've got one hand on the overall series title. They're leading South Africa by 12 points to 10. Well, they're going to be key huddles here. Ben Ryan, unquestionably, will perhaps have less to say, but let's listen to Ben Ryan, his biggest talk of the season so far.
Okay, get your breath, get your water back. It's just a couple of simple things. Defensively, we are spot on because we're going forwards, you're making the tackles, and we're talent. Your work rate is outstanding. But, don't do all the good work now and let it fall apart. This is a 0-0 game. You got that? A 0-0 game. And you're 7 minutes away from creating something pretty special. Now, two things to me. Semi, they're coming in on you hard. Pre-contact pass will be on, okay? They'll all come in, and we can move it a little bit wider. Savvy, you take your man on, you keep working hard. Forwards, empty the tank. Off the scrums, get out fast, okay? And if we get another penalty in front of the posts, it's 3 scores. Kick it, 15-0. Unless you know.
Well, there's the opposite number, Neil Powell, who was in the Blitzbokker side when they last won the World Series 6 years ago.
Alright, ons op die tempo nou boys. Ons op die tempo, die game is nog nie verby nie. Jy bly fight vir die game vir 7 minute. Ons doen nie goed net reg. Kick-off gaan belangrik wees, dissipline gaan belangrik wees boys. Jy bly werk, ek wil nie jy moet gaan relax nie. As jy by die rak is, kom terug dat ons die plek kan speel. Verwag die bal boys. Moenie stadig terugkom nie. Alright, 7 minute van jou lewe nou boys. 7 minute van jou lewe nou. Bly werk vir mekaar en bly dink op die veld.
7 minutes, that's what he's telling his team. They have to turn it around, but they're 2 tries down.
Well, for me, they've got to find a way to get Vinaka into the game. He's doing a lot of defending, he's doing a lot of chasing in the middle of the park. Give him the ball and let him run at this Fijian team who haven't been tested out wide, I don't think, as yet. And when they do that, that's when the likes of Branko Dupree and Suiabala Sinatla can get into space for Fiji. Well, it's more of the same, but they said 0-all game. And it's interesting to note, Ben Ryan spoke about Kunatani, they're targeting him, so the pass is on out the back door to create space.
Well, the South Africa performance in Glasgow last week, where they were hampered by injuries. They let slip the title there. They now have 7 minutes to try and regain it. Slapped back there by Tuai. We're coming back for the free kick. This is one of those law variations in sevens. Ball doesn't go 10. Free kick on halfway.
Well, they don't have to rush here either, Martin, do South Africa. They just have to be accurate, be poised, and execute.
But they have to get the next score.
Most definitely.
There's Dupree. Oh dear. Well, that was an unforced error. They cannot afford any of those. And on the evidence of the first half, it'll make them hurt. But then the loose pass, and here's a chance for South Africa. They've been gifted the opportunity. Can they get the final? Here they go. Here's Frankie Horn. In there is the captain, Carl Brown. Chris Dry. And Chris Dry brings the Blitzbokker right back into this match.
Oh, it's game on now in this quarter-final. They're just too good to be shaken off. They're not going to go away easy, are South Africa. Here's the mistake. Kelenisau gets amongst the passing line. And then Kyle Brown, who's been outstanding all year long, reads the play. Nice offload, but it's the big men for South Africa that get them going forward. This is where they set it up and they get it out to Chris Dry, who's a big man on the left-hand side of the field. He hits a nice line too from the inside out. Branko de Pree crosses across, goes across the field. Nice line, and they're back.
And in the context of the contest, that's a massive conversion put over by Branko de Pree. The deficit is now just 5 points. A converted try will take them ahead. We've got 5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes either way to settle the overall title. Fiji lose this, they'll be powerless. South Africa will need to go on and win their semi-final. Victory for Fiji here would shut it out. The Fijians have gathered it from the restart. That was Ravuvu. Out there to Tua. Fijians playing with patience. Possession in that first half was dominated by South Africa, but it was Fiji who made it happen, and they're doing it again. There's some space here out wide, and look at the pace out of Rawata. That is brilliant sevens play. They have regained control of this quarter-final.
No replacement for speed in the game of sevens.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
7-0. Rawata gets his double in this game.
10.
The 2 points is added. Well, Ben Ryan told them at half-time they're 7 minutes away from something very special. And look at the little kick and the surge. The power and pace out of Sevenatha Rawata.
7 green.
Well, it might be only a little basic thing, but the awareness of Kelenisau just to move the ball quickly, not eat up the space and give it to this guy early and just let him run.
Yeah, time on.
Palm back there, South Africa have it. Presented there by Speckman. It's a good step. Ball being left behind though. Senatla has it. Here's Vinaka. Justin Fadould among the replacements. There's the cross kick, but it's misdirected. It's gifted possession to Fiji. Time running out for South Africa. Well, it's gone forward.
Vinaka
on from Fiji.
Sorry, Martin. Vinaka can't kick that ball away. You need to hold possession. They're very lucky to get away with this one, South Africa. You're 2 scores behind. There's only 2.5 minutes left. It's all about the ball. They got stung once in the first half, kicking the ball away. And Fiji scoring a nice try. They've got to keep the pill.
And now South Africa know they cannot afford to commit a single error. They have time, but they need to make it count. They need to retain possession, get the next score, and then if they get that far, regain possession from the restart. 2.5 minutes, it's plenty enough time. There's Justin Fadould returning to the South Africa squad this weekend. He missed Glasgow because of injury.
Come closer. Fine. 6.
Speckman. There's Clock again. Picked up by Quaka Smith. Smith, a loose forward in the 15s game.
Offside,
they
7.
have the penalty. Coming offside, there was Feeding the ball on to Gedold. Penalty against South Africa.
Holding on.
That could well be it. Fiji in control of the ball now. No, they just have to retain possession.
Rasungi coming in as the second man. I wouldn't mind seeing a replay to see where he come from. I thought he was from the side, not from the hindmost. A big turnover in the context of this game.
So Nasila, well, here you get a look at that now.
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that, sorry. Referee Richie Kelly right on the mark.
Time.
That is
Number
beautiful
7.
stuff. They're aggressive though, aren't they? The tackle ball, the Fijian team, that's where they really won this game.
Come in. Time on.
So one final set piece goes to hand. Look at the way South Africa are competing for it. But the clock is against them.
Touched. All on.
There's the kick. South Africa must score in the next 20 seconds. Well, it's knocked on. But Fiji will be unconcerned. The clock continues to run down. Ben Ryan is almost there.
This is it now. They need to get it to the number 11 and let him score off. Asil Balasinala just waiting. There's only seconds left. This is for all the marbles. So South Africa, they can't muck around here.
Bind. Set.
Clock. There's Speckman looking for the offload. South Africa looking here. It'll be one final act of defiance. It's not going to prevent Fiji taking the overall title. It will be the final play. Fiji are there. They've stolen it. The ball's gone forward. And Richard Kelly blows his whistle for the end of the match. Fiji are world champions again.
Uncatchable now are the Flying Fijians. The 2014-15 HSBC World 7 Series champions for the second time in their history. Ben Ryan will be ecstatic, but he'll want to go on and try and reset after this. They'll want to win the London Sevens and finish on a high. But at the moment, emotions will be running because they know all their hard work over the last 12 months are paid off right now.
So 9 years after winning their first title, Fiji have done it again. And the ship has been steered by that man, Ben Ryan.
Oscar, you've won the World Series title. Fiji haven't done that for 10 years since the great wise Sally Serevi led his team to it. How do you feel now?
First of all, I'm just thankful to the Lord for giving us the victory today. We know that South Africa is a very tough team, but throughout when we started out the season, we told ourselves that our faith in God, our faith in each other, and our faith in our rules of the team have to be strong, and we have to have the love. We're really thankful that we finished the series. It's been a tough journey all along, but all thanks to God that we made it this far.
You've got great support here today, but I know there's a lot of your people back home in Fiji watching this now. Do you have a message for them?
Thank you very much for supporting the team. If one we should praise and one we should thank is let's just praise and thank the Lord for giving us the victory.
You're World Series champions. Can you go on and win the London Sevens title as well now?
That's the plan for this weekend. We've done that now, and now the focus is trying to win the London and trying to go back to back.
Congratulations, Oscar. Thank you.
Thank you.
So confirmation, Fiji against Australia, the 2012 winners here at Twickenham against the 2010 winners here at Twickenham. Hit each other a fair few times, haven't they? 62 in total. Fiji leading 42-20 in that series. But all 27 of their full games, Fiji. really have been the standout team all series, and again here at London they were superb against South Africa earlier in the day with those big forwards, Piatuai, Semi Kunatani, Ed Jenkins and Cameron Clark, personifying exactly what Australia are all about, the effort and the desire to win that normally comes when you wear the green and gold. So a place in the Twickenham Cup final at stake here. 14 minutes of rugby to decide whether it will be Fiji or Australia. Beating Scotland in their cup quarter-final, an impressive victory that was earlier on for Australia, 31 points to 19. Ben Ryan has shown wonders with his Fijian side. So animated earlier on in the day when Fiji were crowned champions. Richard Kelly, the man in possession of the P in the middle. And it's Australia who will have the kick-off. The last instructions going out to the players. Cup semi-final, number 1. USA and England wait. Now it's Fiji against Australia. And Fiji unable to take the kick-off, and Australia get that ball straight back. Now that early possession, that early shrug away. Nick Malouf did well to evade the tackle because it was a physical one. Good early possession for Australia here. They want some points from it though, because we saw earlier with Fiji they can strike from anywhere. Malouf. Jenkins twisting, towering his way towards that line. Can't get there this time. There's plenty of width to this Australia attack now, but they may not need it. And they go straight through the middle, they do. And it's Tom Lucas for the first try. And it's been such a blistering start. We haven't heard from Carlton Arna until now.
What a great start from the Australians here. They're in a great position because no one expected them to A, get to the semi-final, or B, even have a chance of beating Fiji. But this is what I love about them. They just scrap for every inch. Ed Jenkins personifies that. Look at the way he fights and turns and twists. Draws on a lot of defenders. They get the quick pass out, and then Lucas, well, uses a couple of steps of decoy as well. And doesn't get any better than that.
We've seen more and more as this tournament has gone on, especially for the teams in the top end of the draw, using the width of the field. It's a big, wide, billiard-like track out here at Twickenham, using the width, and then because that defence is spread out, then cutting back through the middle.
Any teams are vulnerable if you're able to hold the ball against them, and Fiji are no different than anyone else, so they'll be very tired. And keeping in mind too, they've rested Osea Kalini-Sau, their captain, and their strike weapon, the Watha. So if Aussie get a roll on here, anything is possible.
And I'm sure it won't be spoken about, but subconsciously, when you've already won the series earlier in the day, it has to play its part, doesn't it? The foot subconsciously has to come off the pedal ever so slightly. And we're seeing an inspired Australian side here. Ed Jenkins, the captain, and this blistering start just gets a whole load better for Australia.
Well, they're dominating at the kickoff. Palmer Foe using his volleyball background there, gets higher. Then the number 8, Vakailesilesi, who was lifted, Cameron Clark. He looks good when he goes forward with the ball, sets it up, nice composure. Again, a quick sealer, halfbacks there quickly. Lucas with the last pass, and well, the captain, he was down here only momentarily, but on this occasion, he scores a try instead of setting it up.
He has a twin brother. He was in the crowd yesterday, and it's strange, obviously, for twins. You could not tell them apart. He has got a touch of the Superman's about him, isn't he?
He's playing like it at the moment. In Australia, well, they've had all the ball. Can they go again to Palmafoe, straight up the middle of the park?
More Clark Kent than Superman. We're not talking about the lycra here, but more the glasses and the suit. Very like Superman, aren't they, though, at the moment? Australia, Fiji have knocked this on, and Australia do. So they knocked it backwards, and then Australia unable to gather that ball.
You can just see through the body language, Jordan, you spoke about it, just the headspace of these Fijian teams are not the same, well, they don't look the same to me as they have in the previous games leading into this. Maybe just a step off at the moment. I'm sure they'll wake up at some stage.
And watch out when they do. The tackle from Australia now. Fiji do have a chance to have some possession. There they go. Here they go. Palmafoe with a tackle. Lovely offload. Samasoni very, it's forward. The whistle has gone. There is a huge Fiji corner down to our left-hand side, who do not appreciate that decision from the officials, but I think the decision was correct.
Oh, most definitely it was. We were right in line with that. Just a little offload was forward. There it is there, yeah. You can see it by a mile.
I mean, this innate ability to be able to offload the ball from Fiji. I mean, if you look at the stats, the brilliant stats that compile at these sevens tournaments, on average, and I know you can't have half a ruck, but 0.5 rucks per try. Fiji keep the ball in hand, off the deck, offload. You know, the new fitness levels that Ben Ryan have brought to them, they are a joy to watch. Nick Maloof. And Lewis Holly now just spreads it wide again. Cameron Clark.
Rock.
Again, you can see the width which Australia are playing with. They're trying to go through that middle again. And it's their captain again. Great composure over the line. Knew he needed a bounce, and then one movement. Brilliant yet again from Ed Jenkins.
Oh, he's paying the price for scoring a second try, but it was a good one. Right before the half, what a time to score. Nick Maloof, I reckon he's one of the most underrated guys on the 7th circuit. Gets that pass away, a nice step by Ed Jenkins, and look at him over there. Takes it to ground and powers over. Speak about the offloads of the Fijians. Nick Maloof's got one in him as well. Ed Jenkins with a right-hand step, and look at him, he's never going to be denied. Plants it down with authority.
Two different styles, aren't there? But at the moment, tenacious will to win from Australia is shining through. Ed Jenkins is struggling, but he won't struggle to look at the half-time scoreline, will he? 21-0, Australia leading Fiji here in this first Cup semi-final.
Well, I think just taking a bit of a head knock as Ed Jenkins, so they'll just take their time to assess him, but no one would have picked this. This Twickenham crowd is silent at the moment. I think they're all a bit stunned that this Fijian team has been outclassed at the moment in this first 7 minutes. They've been outworked. Australia have played to their strength, they've played to their structure, and they've been good. Really dominated possession, and Fiji, well, they just can't get their hands on the ball.
Down here with England head coach Simon Amor. Simon, the tension seems to have ratcheted up a couple of notches here.
Yeah, the atmosphere's built quite nicely, relatively quiet this day, but there's a good crowd coming here now, and it's it's all getting quite intense for the semi-finals.
Is it about replicating that performance you put on the field earlier on against New Zealand in the quarter-final?
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit disappointing Scotland last night, but that was the mental challenge, the Olympic qualification. The guys couldn't quite get themselves right, but really chuffed with the effort in that last one against New Zealand. Plenty still to work on. We got opened up quite a few times, and USA looked to exploit that, I'm sure.
A cup final, some carrot, isn't it?
Any cup finals carrot display here in front of the home crowd would be amazing.
Best of luck.
Thanks.
Palmer Poe goes over, but it's at a cost. He's taken a late blow.
Well, he's been outstanding in his first 7 minutes, Johnny. Palmer Poe, at kick-off time, he's retained 2. Australia have scored 2. Ed Jenkins, he's just been down. He gets up and gets his kick-off. Nick Maloof involved, gets involved again, and, well, here's Palmer Poe, the right foot step. 2 tries in a minute. Another one, he just goes through the defence and cops on right over the top, and I think Fiji got a player in the bin as a result.
Penalty to Australia. Okay?
I mean, 26-0.
Restart with a penalty to Australia. No, I'm not going to.
28-0. Australia, as you say, of course, got the conversion. And it'll start with a penalty. We can't end the half, of course, on the penalty, so we'll have to play again. It's another opportunity for Australia.
Guys, who's come onto the field here?
To get another score here. And you say they've kept to their structures, done the basic things really well, and they have got a really
Excuse me.
heavy advantage over Fiji here.
Number 4, that is you.
Are you going to give the yellow card?
We're just waiting here. I don't think the Fijians realise that the player's been yellow carded.
Yeah, there was some confusion. Jenkins was down, but thought we were end of that first 7 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
But we aren't, and Australia have got another try. Fiji have just realised that.
What's wrong with you then?
Yeah, man.
Sort something out.
Yeah, number 3.
You'll see Winnie has been yellow carded. So Fiji, let's get this all straight. Fiji, 6 players on the field, Australia 7, and they have a 28-point lead, and it is now half-time, and they're fully in control here, Australia, of this first Cup semi-final.
Got it?
Yes.
Let's go, eh? I'll make the changes when I need to. We're down to 6, so let's make sure we kick this ball off. Kick off and keep ball, eh? Kick off, keep ball.
Erawa, Filipai Vatikatum.
Fiji! Hold on, one thing, back line. You are so quiet at the moment. If you don't start okay, let's go, eh? Sammy, come on, you're the leader here.
I mean, with the view of 7s or 15s, it's just rare access to what the coach is saying now. That's why we didn't speak over that. Ben Wright, he's laying it down, isn't he? Saying, just how good are you? You may have won the series, but just how good are you? 4 tries underneath the sticks, whistle to whistle, and you're back in this game. Australia, keep doing what they're doing, play with the width that they're playing. As England wait on, they're up next in the second semi-final against the US of A. Put our attention back on this second half between Fiji and Australia, and just how good are this Fijian side. Still have a man in the sin bin on the naughty step.
One thing Ben Ryan also mentioned to Semi Kunatani, he hasn't touched the ball, he's got to get into the game somehow.
Oh, Lilai. Straight and direct. Australia have turned it over though. The performance in the first half continuing in the second half. Fiji deep in their 22. Breakaway now, and this is what Garrett John said, wasn't it? Fiji will start to play some more rugby. Here they come. The crowd want to see it, but it's just not sticking at the moment. But it bounces the way they would like it to. Back inside. It's brilliant. Fabulous rugby from Fiji. They are a joy to watch here in London, and they have been a joy to watch all series long.
Well, it's a cardinal sin to allow a team with 6 players to score when you've got 1 man overlap. But you just can't help but stand and admire this Fijian side when they're in this mood. The breakout deep within their own quarter. They always have numbers in and around the ball. Look, there's 4. They probably should have scored from here. A little step on the outside does palm my foe. There's no one in front of him. But that's not the Fiji style. We'll just have a bit of fun with it too. Put a bit of showtime in there. Watch this last pass, just roll it up. Beautiful stuff when they're in full flight.
A bit of showtime, but only if you can do it. They make it look so simple, don't they? And that's just 6 men.
And Australia dominated in the first half because they had the restarts. Now Fiji have come back and won the last 2, and they're back up to 7.
Yeah, they're top of the restarts. They're retaining their own restart. 29% of them in this tournament.
Gold 11.
7:28. You wouldn't put it against them, would you? Jeludev comes on for Australia for Palma-Foe. Fiji score here. We have a real game on our hands. One in Australia, one in Las Vegas, one in Hong Kong, one last weekend in Glasgow. They've wrapped up the series, but they want more.
What do Australia do here? They're deep within their own half. Do they win the scrum and try and kick it downtown? They've already had 1 try scored against them doing that option. I think they're better to keep possession, keep hold of it. That's what was so effective for them in the first half.
They showed real patience, didn't they? Trusted themselves, trusted each other, trusted their structures. Need to go back to that now. So what was so effective in that first half? They've just come on. Power high. Now there's some width for Australia. Cameron Clark. He'll just go out wide, looking for that offload inside. Fijians swarm around. Cameron Clark now at half-back.
Advantage offside.
Advantage coming to Australia. They're offside. Malouf spinning. Oh, he's going to go for the corner. The big fin. Nick Malouf. Australia strike back. And now you would suspect they have 1 foot in that cup final.
Oh, yes, indeed. Nick Malouf, he set up 1 try in the first half with a nice offload. But this is all about determination from the young man. They spread it to the right-hand side of the field. It's a late drop-off from the captain, Ed Jenkins, the hit and spin. Kunatani coming across, tries to punch it out, but look at that stretch from Nick Malouf.
So he's one of those players who just gets on with his work, his business, really quietly, really efficiently. There's not too many of the headlines, but he's such an important man of this Australia Sevens team.
It's just one of those guys that it's a must in your side, isn't it? A soldier, a guy who gets his hands dirty, does all the hard yards, not much rewards, but he's the one that really releases for the players on the outside.
University of Queensland man who was a flanker in the 15s game, only a couple of years of sevens now. His 22nd tournament. They're missing a few tackles in this game, Fiji. I mean, they are a team that make mistakes. If you look at those very comprehensive stats, along with France, they made the most mistakes in this tournament, made the most mistakes in the series, but that ability to naturally play the game, to move the ball away with those fitness levels, it's a case of, well, we'll score more than you. And there's a little bit of argy-bargy down on the side here. Jesse Powerhigh didn't particularly like the way that he was smashed into the AstroTurf around the side of the Twickenham turf here. There's a flag out.
Well, they're prone to doing this sometimes, the Fijian side. They actually did it against South Africa to upset them. South Africa didn't react, but this Australian team, well, that's what I like about them. They'll stand up and put their chin up and won't take a backward step. Jesse Parahi don't mind that.
I'm playing advantage for a loss forward by gold. Can you tell me what's happened after the sideline here?
After your whistle, number 11 continues tackle, on the line.
So yellow, sorry?
So yellow against number 11 white.
11 white?
11 white.
Carries on with the tackle.
Yeah, yeah.
Your recommendation
After
for that?
Yellow card.
Yellow card
Yeah.
for 11 white.
11 white.
Okay, carrying on after the whistle's gone. Thank you. Number 11, please.
Waka, number 11, isn't he? The physical presence out wide.
Whistle's gone, you've carried on. Yellow card.
The physicality after the
Penalty.
whistle has gone. It's almost. We're the best, and we don't like getting 33 points put on top of us, and we're reacting in a way that isn't the best, and it's kind of the feel to it.
Well, he's a player who has a chip on his shoulder when he's on the field. You know, something that I like, but you've got to have it controlled as well. You can't let it get into your head and cloud your mind and do silly things like that after the ball is dead. But who would have picked this? I don't think I would have. At this scoreline, 33-7.
I mean, you might think that Fiji may have taken their eye off the ball slightly, but this is a really big scoreline for Australia, and they're looking for more here as well. Just shows what a big part of the mental side of the game plays. Huge part. 7s or 15s.
Hey, Brock!
Again, Australia going back to their structures. Playing it out wide. Tackle coming in. Kemudou, the captain.
One and white.
Advantage to Fiji here.
Yeah, lost forward first.
Knocked on from Australia. Well, we see one last magic try from Fiji in this Sevens World Series. They have the scrum.
Well, you can't win a game of Sevens rugby missing 19 tackles, and that's really been the story for this Fijian team. They've been dominated at the contact, ball in the air at kick-off time. Australia play to their strengths, and deservedly so, have a big lead and going to take this out. Have an opportunity to take out this London Sevens.
Stays like this, the third highest score Australia against Fiji. Maybe more. No, Australia say that will do. Third highest score against the champs. Yes. It's Fiji series. They've wrapped it up, and they won't win their 5th tournament title this series. They wrapped up the HSBC Sevens World Series, of course, but they weren't able to reach the cup final here. It's Australia who go through to the cup final. They've beaten Fiji here in this first semi-final, 33 points to 7.
For the set we are then. The penultimate game of not only the London tournament but also of the 2014-2015 series. Crowned this morning as series champions Fiji up against the hosts England for 3rd place. And they last met in Tokyo when Fiji won by 33 points to 19. What a pulsating match that was. And we can expect no less here with England in front of their home crowd. And here are the teams. Well, there's a dream team that's selected in each and every tournament, and who wouldn't want the likes of Kunatani and Rawatha, that amongst the top try scorers in the tournament, Kolinisau, the top point scorer. But for England, they will have to do it here without their captain Tom Mitchell, who was injured in the semi-finals of the Cup earlier on today. Norton and Bowen will have to step up once more as the ball is carried out onto the centre spot there. Here come the teams. England led, not for the first time this season, by Phil Burgess, but it's Fiji that will want to claim that centre ground and offer a little word of prayer for guidance and inspiration. It's been a marvellous year for the Fijians, and messages for their families back home, led of course and coached by Englishman Ben Ryan. And England want to finish this tournament on a high. Just a note, Tom Mitchell, he suffered a leg fracture earlier on today, and we certainly wish him well. Scott Hastings Former Watsonians, Scotland and British Lion, joins me in commentary for this one, for what will be the final match for both of us of this very long season, Scott.
Yeah, very much so, but one to whet the appetite with Fiji. Well, it's their opportunity to celebrate what is great about Sevens rugby in this third, fourth playoff, having won the title, the Sevens World Series. For England, they're playing in front of the home crowd. They're right here at Twickenham. They'll want to finish with a bang.
Fiji have won 4 cup finals this season. England, the 4th team to win a title this year, and they achieved that in Tokyo, and they've qualified. They were the team nominated to qualify for GB for the Rio Olympics. And Warwick Lemaire, formerly with New Zealand, now of England. He wears 10. This is the stand-in captain, Phil Burgess, but he's no stand-in. He's a standout player. Calling on after the tackle in Fiji. We'll see some fireworks, I wonder, from the Fijians in their final appearance on the Sevens stage for this year.
Well, eagerness between these two teams as the early errors come in. When I was just casting my mind back to the Cup quarterfinals in Hong Kong, when England were denied victory in the corner, Fiji winning on that occasion by 14 points to 12 and moving on. England are a team under the coach Simon Amer who can almost outthink Fiji in the way they can stifle the way that they play. So it's very much in the balance, this particular game.
Yeah, it's Simon Amer against Ben Ryan, isn't it? Playing the mind games. No mind games here though. Wales goes Samanatha Rawatha for a corner. Norton, what a brilliant try-saving tackle that was from the England speedster Dan Norton.
Well, you would have put your money on Rawatha coming across, but look how well Norton tracked down the Fijian on the far side. Look at that, dip below, hit the waist, textbook tackle from Dan Norton. Superb from the English flyer.
Celebrating 50 tournaments here in London this weekend, Dan Norton. Tom Bowen looks to get away from the Fijian defence, giving chase is Alesea Kolinisau. Norton, having praised him to the heavens here, Dan Norton. What he does best is run in tries. Just couldn't quite hang on or latch on to that pass.
Well, the accuracy, that was what was missing. Tom Bowen did really well to get on the outside track. Look at the quick feet from Bowen. That's Kolinisau. He chased him all the way. Out he goes. Kolinisau comes across the Fijian captain. The pass, well, it was on the left hand. If you can get one hand to it, you can get two hands to it. Frustration for Norton, frustration for England. That was an opportunity.
And Dan Norton knows it. They don't come too often against the Fijians. Newly crowned series champions, Rawatha. Now then, Norton, where is he? He'll have to do it again. Rawatha keeps an eye out and aims directly for Dan Norton this time, but it's the Iceman, Isaka Katonimbao, who rounds under the posts for a marvellous score created by Osea Kolinisau initially. Samanatha Rawatha took it up and Katonimbao finished it off.
Yeah, Rawatha on the wide outside channel, but it was the angle of the support running. Look inside here, the angle that Katonimbao took. Rawatha stepped his man, but on the inside track, he read the angle brilliantly. And in 7-a-side rugby, when you're backing up like that, you can polish off the tries. That particular pass stuck for Fiji. For England's Dan Norton, he spilt it. And that is the fine lines of margins within those 7-a-side games.
It's great to see the Fijian supporters in Fiji corner over here to our left. They've been in fine voice all day, and none more so than when they defeated South Africa this morning in the quarterfinals of the Cup to claim the HSBC Sevens World Series for this year. England might have the final say. Tom Bowen giving chase is the Fijian number 8, Nasila Sila. But his best efforts appear to have been in vain, as Federico Anselmi consults with the assistant referees.
Well, there's the response and there's the reaction. Tom Bowen was put on his backside when Savanatha Rawatha ran up the touchline previously to lay on the try for Katonabau. But that's the way you respond as a rugby player.
Warwick Lemur from the far touchline. That's a huge kick. Not quite on the mark.
Well, speaking to Carl Tanana earlier on, this is one player who's really impressed since his introduction into this England Sevens team. He got the bit between the teeth there and he got the ball over the line. Both these teams absolutely giving it the full Monty.
It's a testament to the fitness of both teams at the end of a very long weekend, coming on the back of a very tough tournament in Glasgow. The final day played in the rain last Sunday. Kolinissa to Katonimbao. Out it comes again to Rawatha. Norton is there. Not this time though. Dancing down the touchline. But Rawatha just put his little toe in touch. Should have cut his toenails this morning, Scott.
I was going to say, Fijians don't have little toes, do they? They certainly pack a punch. But Rawatha, the step again. And this is a great example of the way both these teams are playing down the touchlines. Well, it was tight. Didn't quite see it there, but he got a lick of the paint.
That was a close call, certainly.
Oh, we're certainly getting the reactions, aren't we? The way that both these teams are playing the full width of this Twickenham pitch.
England finished the Glasgow tournament last week in third place. Fiji, of course, the cup winners. Tremendous rivalry between these two teams, particularly so now that Ben Ryan, the former England coach, is coach of Fiji. Konatani reaching out for that one, couldn't quite gather. Sila, in football terms, puts his foot on the ball. Lovely offload to Semi Konatani. And that's not where it was meant to go. Burgess cuts it out. Lemur to Jeff Williams. Dan Norton. Back on the narrow side, finding Charlie Hayter. The young man who impressed Simon Amo whilst coach at London Scottish. De Carpentier from Worcester. Over the 10-metre line. Burgess digs it out. For Hayter. Norton. To Williams. He's got Tom Bowen on his shoulder. Good defence again. No quarter asked and no quarter given. Exceptional work there by Dan Norton. Oh, Lemur has sparked out. That was an illegal challenge off the ball.
First of all, let's take the try, because England were brilliant. Sensational play by them to tease the defence out, and that is a red card for the Fijian up beside Domalailai.
Well, I don't think the card has been pulled out as yet, but Domalailai knows, I think, that his game is over. The conversion is a brilliant one from Charlie Hayter.
Yeah, let me just
that's not the focus of attention at the moment.
Yeah, sorry, let me just correct that. I don't know if we've seen the colour of the card, but for me, that is a red card. Let's have a wee look at this challenge. He was completely wiped off the ball.
The microphone is open, I don't know which one.
Well, I don't know if he's gone up the tunnel. I'm just trying to see where Domalailai.
Well, Lemur is back on his feet and smiling. Okay, so Lemur is off for an head injury assessment, but in the meantime, confirmation of the score: Fiji 7, England 12 at half-time.
Score a try in those next 2 minutes. That'll take the clock down and we'll take the lead. It's their kick-off. Rodwell's not on the field at the moment, so they'll kick to Chip to Carpentier. So it'll be over there, on the 5, okay? So win it, work hard in that contact area, keep the ball with 6 men, Senga Ruck, let's play out. There we go, 7 minutes left in the season. Come on. You want to take it? First pod. 70 for a good pod. Play 9 attacks, 10 in defence. Just flip it over, yeah. Have a nice Our house, eh? Our house. Okay.
So let's have another look here. Carpentier with a try. We just missed the challenge, but we can confirm that it was a yellow card for the Fijian number 1, Apisai Domalailai, which means that Fiji will be down to 6 men for the opening 2 minutes of the second half.
Well, it was interesting listening to Ben Ryan there. Imperturbability, calmness under the pressure. Look at the challenge that he's given his Fijian team. Go and score a try. You're down to 6 men. So a really important kickoff, which is poor execution.
Wow, my goodness me. We heard Ben Ryan anticipate where the kick was going to go, but he's been given a gift here.
Who's going to be the magician in the Fijian side to unlock this English defence?
Semi Kunatani, Kolinisau. Out it goes to that man Rawatha once again. That's a huge contest, isn't it, between Norton and Rawatha. Lovely offload though from Rawatha. Finding Ravuvu now in midfield. Kunatani to Katonimbao, looking for a second try. Ben Ryan wanting his team to score first in the second half. Sleight of hand from Nasila Sila. That's Rawatha once more rolling towards that England try line. There it is in the background, inviting Osea Kolinisau. Round the narrow side, docks it down. The flag stays down on the far side, but again, referee Anselmi will consult. Majority decision.
Try, yes or no? Try.
Yes. Good try.
Well, that's what you call diligent play from the Fijians. They concentrated there, and in that man, their captain, Osea Kolinisau, he can sniff a try down the sides, and that's enough to square the scores at 12 apiece.
And he's been an inspirational captain this season in the championship winning season for Ben Ryan, has Osea Kolinisau. By his own admission, he wasn't the most disciplined in the past, but Ben Ryan has given him responsibility. He's accepted that responsibility, and Fiji lead by 2 and by 14 to 12, courtesy of that brilliant try and excellent conversion.
Well, the way they pulled the 7 defenders out and down this little channel, they sucked it in, but Kolinisau, because the threat was out wide, but Kolinisau goes down the corner. Dan Norton exposed there. Should have had the shutout there.
Fiji back to the full complement of 7. In goes the miscreant Apisai Domalailai.
Well, that's perhaps going to be the pivotal moment there.
Very wastes no time at all. He wears 10. He's the replacement on for Fiji. Kolinisau in full flight, a change of direction, bringing in Ravuvu. Lovely hands to Sarisani. Very easy away. He won't get there himself, but that man Savanatha Rawatha will.
Well, the backup is extraordinary from Fiji. Their belief in each other's ability, the knowledge, the understanding that they're in support. Ben Ryan has said that these are an exceptional bunch of athletes. They believe in each other. What is so important is they back each other up. So crucial in 7s. They're getting through those. England are making all the tackles, but it's just the support plays, the support lines. Marcus Watson here, but look at this. Always looking for the support play, and the hands are good, and so is the try scorer.
Deep breath from Ravuvu again. He bisects the post. He's been practicing his kicking in recent times, has Batimo Ravuvu.
How crucial have the last two conversions been for Fiji? It pulls them 2 scores away from England. What is the response from the English Sevens team?
Alex Gray to launch this attack. Scragged by Domalaile. He'll have to be careful where he puts his hands. De Carpentier to Dan Bibby. Just come onto the field. It's a Charlie Hayter. Carpentier goes in. Advantage England. They trail by 9 points with just under 3 minutes to go. Marcus Watson, he of the dancing feet. Watson, almost gets away. That's the cruelest tackle of all. You think you're in the clear, and in a split second, your nose is in the dirt.
Oh, what a tackle by Vitimo Rovovo. He absolutely targeted. Look at this. He knew exactly what he was doing to tap the ankles of the flying Englishman, Marcus Watson. I think he scored one of the best tries of the tournament against New Zealand earlier on today. But that one, he just couldn't get away. The belief systems are in place for this Fijian team.
21-12. It's going to be a Fijian throw-in. Amanoni Nasila.
No. Wait.
Clock has been stopped. And Federico Anselmi, you've noticed a few times today that he insists on the players being on the mark. And Fiji
11 blanks up.
want to make a replacement here.
Well, Fiji have got an opportunity to go from deep. They will as well. They'll attack this England team. They'll try and stretch them once again with their positiveness of play.
Fiji, one of the teams that commits the most mistakes and most errors, but they still have the class to come out on top. Marcus Watson is back there inside his own half, shovels it on to Tom Bibby. Rodwell, good hands from Rodwell. Warwick Limmer back on the field, no worse for that illegal tackle on him at the end of the first half. Very with a tackle. Minute 45 remaining, and England need 2 scores. One might come here. Dan Norton, that little goose step, standing up the Fijian defence for a split second, but they were there in numbers to cover. Nasila Kolinisau.
Oh, wonderful defence there from Sia Kolinisau. He just shepherded the England flyer. Look at this. Used the touchline as the extra defender. The fast feet of England. England's flyer forced them into making the kick and chip. Just Kolinisau, there he is there. Just uses the touchline as that extra defender, as so many rugby players are taught and coached in this wonderful game.
Nasila carried the ball over his own try line, so it'll be a scrum 5 to England. They need to score here and get the ball back in play.
Coach.
England really have to score immediately from this put-in. Perhaps turning down the conversion at the same time.
That's a good call, Scott. Charlie Hayter on the angle. Again looking for Norton, slips. Turnover for Fiji. Kolinisau might have a clear run in here to head him off at the pass. Bibby, this is Nasila. Looking to split the England defence, but this is Josiah Winnie. A winning combination for Fiji. 26-12 with less than a half a minute to go, and the Blue Wiggers are in raptures.
It's this natural ability to offload and read the play that is so good about these teams and these players. Nasila just ran into that gap, knowing that the support was there. Kolinisau was on the outside. He was always going to stretch this England defence. But when Nasila picked up the ball, he ran through at Rodwell and Bibby. But he'd made his decision beforehand because he knew on the supporting angle was Rasungi.
Flying Fijian is over in the corner, and the Fiji have clinched third spot here at the Marriott Sevens in 2015. They defeated the host nation England with a final scoreline which reads 26-12.
Well, it's congratulations to Fiji, third here at London, and of course the overall series winner. But now the main event, the cup final
weekend, and take the top of the table coming into this tournament.
And now we move to Fiji, the team who have won the series, won every single one of their pool games this entire series. We have known for many a year, haven't we, what natural, gifted rugby players they are. But when you add in the professional element that quite clearly that Ben Ryan has added to them, they're almost unstoppable, and that's how they've seemed at times so far this season.
Yeah, we speak the praises of Mike Friday for the USA. Well, Ben Ryan, on the other hand, really has taken this Fijian team to new heights, even for them, because I think this is the best and complete squad I've seen in a very long time. Just the way they approach the game, the way they execute, the way they listen to Ben Ryan's talks and everything. I think they've been absolutely outstanding.
They're not faultless, absolutely not. They're one of the teams who make a great deal of mistakes, but they play such pure sevens, don't they? The ability to offload the ball has been there for all to see.
They do, and that's something we've associated with Fiji for such a long time, their ability to just dazzle in the free-running, attacking elements of the game. But what Ben Ryan has added to this Fijian side is a new dimension that perhaps was a foreign concept to Fijian rugby at the start, and that was precision and discipline in defence. They've been outstanding in the contact area, and then when you add and blend into that their ability with ball in hand, it's outstanding, and they are worthy champions of this year, and Ben Ryan will be a very proud man as he steps forward. But a small point on the side, what an outstanding supporting note for English coaches. Ben Ryan, Simon Amor, Mike Friday, all coaches doing well on this circuit. Superb scenes.
And it is Fiji who are the series champions of 2014, 2015, and don't they deserve it? They have played some quite outstanding rugby at time this series. Their first series title in 9 years. And it tells you everything you need to know on what these players think about their coach. He's on their shoulders. Says it all, doesn't it, Carl?
Most definitely. And what a moment it is for Ben Ryan to be here home at Twickenham, to be held up on his players' shoulders. That means everything as a coach, and that's what you want. He's a humble bloke. He does everything for his team, and I've laid it on the line for him.
I mean, knowing Ben and having worked with Ben as my coach, I know just how much this means to him, how proud he is of winning this. It's all he's wanted ever since he started coaching within the sevens environment. And to finally realise that dream with arguably the most flair and attacking team in world rugby in Fiji is phenomenal. The challenges that he's faced back in Fiji have been fairly gargantuan, and he's approached each one with a true discipline and consummate professionalism that he does, and fully merited that he's got this title now for his team.
Not always a team who plays the most attractive rugby wins a series. That is not the case this season. Fiji, quite outstanding sevens rugby from start to finish. And confirmation that they finish top of the lot. They have qualified for Rio 2016. So have South Africa, so have New Zealand, so have England for Team GB. As we move towards Rio 2016, rugby sevens goes into a new chapter, a new, hugely exciting chapter. 10 tournaments next year in iconic cities around the world. Can it get any better than this season? Can it get any better than the finish we've had here at Twickenham? Well, stay watching next year and find out.